Hello, family, and welcome to today's episode. I was just about to say, welcome to the Eleni show. And I'm like, what was that about? maybe my higher self has plans for me that I'm not quite aware of yet. So, anyway, welcome to the Eleni show, where we are going to be talking today about femininity and what it is and what it is not, and how you can deepen into your feminine energy if that is something that you desire. Which I know for a lot of women it is. And even for myself, I'm always deepening into my own embodiment. I'm always bringing more awareness to the parts of me where I can soften, where I can relax, where I can heal, and where I can be of greater service to the world, to the masculine, and to women, and also to myself through being more of myself. So, femininity, what is it? What is it not? Now, a lot of people would say that femininity is how you look, right? Oh, wow. Look at that woman over there in that beautiful dress. She's got her hair done. She looks great. She is so feminine. And then she opens her mouth to communicate, or she does try to communicate and it comes across as passive aggressive or has a tone to it that doesn't feel good or doesn't inspire leadership from the masculine. So really, she's not in her femininity. She's not embodied in her feminine, although she looks feminine, right? She's actually quite masculine. And then there's the woman that moves through the world with an open heart, and she doesn't mind something stuck in my throat. She doesn't mind sharing her vulnerability and sharing her feelings in a way that is inspiring. And people feel her. She's felt through the world, right? She doesn't feel like blocked off. And on the outside, she's also wearing feminine clothing. She's wearing a dress, she's wearing, got her makeup done and everything like that. And she's radiating femininity from the inside out. The second example is what I would call a woman embodied in her feminine, is a feminine woman. And like I said, the first example is a masculinized woman. And so this is where I believe women especially get very frustrated and angry and annoyed and also confused when they're looking the part, right? And they're wondering why they're not attracting in the desired masculine energy that they desire or more leadership from their man. And this is your answer. It's because on the inside and how your wounding and your traumas and what is playing in your unconscious that is actually running the show is actually blocking you from receiving what it is that you desire in life and in love as well, in business even. So, if you're somebody that's blocked off from receiving on the inside and you haven't, done the inner work to heal your inner child, because the inner child is the feminine, right? It's like playful, joyful, wants to create, wants to do all the things, and is part of the feminine, right? And so if you're blocked off from this part of yourself and not healing, you're going to come across as very masculine or masculinized, if you want to call it. And I wanted to bring an example here of somebody that I spoke to this week. He is a successful businessman, and he we got on a call and we were talking about masculine and feminine energies and polarity. And he is in a lovely relationship and he wants to create more fuck in the relationship. He wants to create, and she would like to create more desire and get away from that kind of 50-50 energy. And I gave him some like things that he could go into practice in doing within himself, and also implementing within his relationship as well. And I said, let me know how you go. And he contacted me, and he said, I did all these things that you said and it was great. And there were moments where this woman was like, that's not masculine enough, or I need more masculine. And so what she's doing is emasculating this man or her partner because of the way she's communicating to him. She's still trying to lead him, and through telling him it's not enough. And she's trying to teach him. And she, in other ways, is trying to mother him. And I brought this to this man's awareness, and I said to him, if you desire to move into the space of deeper polarity within your relationship, then you're the boss. You need to think of you as being the boss. And this was a hard thing for him to grasp. And he shared things with me that were coming up for him, like, it just feels so disrespectful. And like I've been taught that I should be like this with women. And, when women walk in the room, and I'm doing something, it's like you just turn around and just stop your work and, cater to her every need. And I brought to his awareness that this isn't it. And, if a woman, if you're catering to a woman's needs and wants all the time, it's going to build resentment within you first, and also her, because although it may seem like on the outside that's what a woman wants, on the inside it's really not. It's not what she wants. She wants to be told. She wants to be told what to do. And so when men hold their boundaries, when men stand in their own integrity, and actually, like, when they're irritated and just say, you're being disrespectful, and I don't need you to continually tell me that I'm not masculine enough. I said that I was going to sort this out, and I need you to trust that I'm going to sort this out, and this is not okay. And so what happens is, like, when a man stands in that, is that it gives the woman walls and boundaries to play in. Oh, that's not okay. I'm not going to do that. He's the boss, reminding her that I'm the boss. And, and then through this, it's also important that women learn to communicate with men in a way that inspires leadership. So if she's needing more of something, or, or she's like, not asking permission for things, or she's not asking him his opinion on things, and, being in, like, asking open-ended questions. Open-ended questions are very feminine, like, and then the masculine penetrates with an answer, right? So it may be something like along the lines of, honey, what would you like me to wear today? Would you like me to wear the dress, or would you like me to wear the jeans? And the masculine then penetrates with, I would like you to wear the jeans. I love how your ass looks in those jeans, right? And that's it. And that's the answer. And so, this dynamic isn't for everybody, obviously, because there are some men that are going to say, I don't give a fuck, wear whatever the fuck you want. And so, there's not going to be polarity there, because everyone's kind of just doing what they want, and let's just go with the flow and all of that stuff. Where there's no structure, and where there's no kind of polarity, like, where there's no structure, there can't be polarity. And that's one of the most important things to remember. It's like, you know, learning how to communicate in a polarized way. And at the same time, you know, moving into the dynamic of polarity also requires not only the man to do the work and, you know, step deeper into leadership, step up in leadership. It's also about the woman doing her work as well. And it's like, you know, where is she not trusting that he's got it? And where is she not healing her own stuff around trusting herself? Because the thing is, when we're not really trusting someone, it's where we're not trusting ourselves. If a woman still feels like she needs boundaries in a relationship with her man, she's not feeling safe with herself. Okay. Now, I'm not talking about an abusive dynamic here, because if you're in an abusive dynamic, or you're in a dynamic that doesn't feel safe, or, you know, or like you think the relationship's going to end or something like that, it is not a place to do polarity work. I'm going to say that again. If you don't feel safe in your partnership, and especially if you don't feel safe in yourself, do not move into polarity work to try and fix your relationship, because it'll fuck it even more. And I'm not the person to come to learn from in regards to, you know, moving deeper into desire and things like that. If you're in a dynamic that doesn't feel safe, you need to go and deal with your issues, get that sorted, and then come back and look at this stuff. Because there are a lot of women that come into this work and they try and move deeper into the feminine to get more love. It's not because they desire to deepen into more of who they are, because that is just who they are and they want to be more of that in the world. It's because they try and get more love, or they try to get something. And that is not in integrity with the truth of who you really are. Anytime that you try to get something from a man, whether that's love, whether that's money, whether that's something, and there's like a hidden agenda behind you doing something or showing up in a certain way, you are out of integrity with yourself and with love. And I wanted to bring this point here because it's really, really, really important. So where do I want to go now with that? So there's inspiring masculine leadership, and, you know, there are men that want to make you happy. There are men that want to give you everything that you want. And with that, there needs to be like a level of trust in yourself and him, that you have shared with him your needs, you have shared with him what you want, and like giving him the space to actually go out or move into what you have asked, and bring that to you, to give that to you, you know. And I'm going to repeat myself here and say it's also really important for the feminine to do her work, to drop deeper into her feminine embodiment, because, you know, it's like it's just one person doing the work never works. We know that. It's like, you know, anything that you're doing in relationship, if like one person's growing in personal development and all this kind of stuff and the other one's not, there's like an energetic shift that happens, and people like come apart, you know, a lot of the time. So that is what I would recommend. And looking at your own, and, you know, being okay with someone pulling up your blind spots as well. There's something else that I wanted to say that I'm coming through right now as well. I think that's it actually for today. So I'm going to leave this with you here today, and let me know your thoughts. Let me know all the things, and I will see you all again soon.